Seems like just yesterday, I was walking my daughter Annie into her first preschool class at the tender age of 2. Annie strode into that classroom with determination, immediately engaging in the new world around her. She didn't look back, not even once. I, on the other hand, went to my car and cried. My tears were of disbelief that my baby was getting bigger, and tears of pride with how she embraced that new world with joy and curiosity. Determined, joyful, curious. With those character traits, Annie embraced each new school year to come, excitedly and without reservation. Her preschool years in kindergarten went smoothly. Teachers praised Annie for her happy demeanor, her thoughtfulness to her peers, and identified her as bright, with a vocabulary that often exceeded that of kids twice her age. At the end of her kindergarten year, Annie's teacher noted that Annie was still getting her letters reversed, which was completely age-appropriate, but surprising for a student with Annie's strengths. She also noted that Annie often misspelled words on her paper that she copied straight from the board. Her teacher encouraged us to work with her on these things over the summer. Annie went into first grade determined, joyful, and with a love of learning. But within months, she became anxious, depressed, and insecure. While she was still behaving at school, at home, Annie became extremely difficult and easily irritated by noises, certain clothing, and smells. Activities that she loved and had been doing for years suddenly made her quite anxious. New situations completely overwhelmed her. Homework was a nightmare for the both of us. Reading gave her stomach aches, headaches, and hurt her eyes. Spelling and math homework, most of which were word problems, led to tears every single night. Leaving for school in the morning often led to family arguments. Her scarf was too tight or too itchy, her stomach hurt. She often wanted my husband and me both to take her so that I could sit in the back seat with her and hold her hand. By December, my child, who in previous years had been known for skipping into class, was saying things like, "I hate school, I hate math, I am no good at reading." Annie's unhappiness and anxiety were overwhelming and seemed to consume all aspects of our lives. What we would later come to know as sensory issues seemed to overwhelm Annie more often than not. A friend of mine was also struggling with her daughter, who had been diagnosed with sensory processing disorder. My friend wrote a blog about their struggles that resonated with what we were experiencing with Annie. Further internet research led me from sensory processing information to a website about dyslexia. I quickly recognized that my own inability to tell right from left, my difficulties in telling time, and my passionate disdain for word problems might just be linked to Annie's current struggle with homework. I asked Annie about her experience while reading, as opposed to just arguing with her about her need to read. "Annie, why don't you like reading? What happens when you read?" Her answer took my breath away. "Mom, the light comes out the words when I read, and sometimes the letters move around, and I can't keep my place. Reading is exhausting. It hurts my eyes, and it hurts my head." All these months, Annie was not being difficult. She was having difficulty reading. Our first steps were to talk to her teacher and have her eyes checked. The ophthalmologist we went to said Annie's vision was perfect. Have we thought about dyslexia? Soon after her ophthalmologist appointment, we brought Annie to a neuropsychologist to have her tested for any learning differences. After extensive and careful testing, the neuropsychologist did find that Annie had dyslexia. While the diagnosis itself was overwhelming, what was most devastating was how Annie was internalizing her learning difference. Annie reported feeling like she was not sure if things will work out for her. She felt like crying many days. She felt like she had to push herself all the time to do her schoolwork, and she also felt like she could never be as good as the other kids. determined, joyful baby who once had a passion for learning felt hopeless and broken. Annie's first grade teacher was having a hard time understanding why we thought Annie had dyslexia, yet she acknowledged that Annie's writing and reading skills were not improving, and in fact were declining. Her teacher reported to the neuropsychologist that Annie is not motivated. She's not striving to reach or receive her potential. When we brought Annie's official diagnosis to the attention of her teacher and the school administration, they questioned the legitimacy of the report. The reading specialist on site refused to meet with us. We knew we couldn't keep Annie in her current private school. Our neuropsychologist told us daily organ-failing tandem instruction would make a tremendous difference for her. We did extensive research and found that this method of teaching could not only help Annie academically, but could restore her confidence and her sense of well-being. We spoke to reading specialists at the local public schools, and they told us that until Annie was failing, it would be hard for her to get the type of intervention she truly needed. There was a phenomenal private school that specialized in students with learning differences where we lived in New York, but the waiting list was long and the cost was astronomical. My husband and I knew Annie needed a school that truly understood dyslexia. Being lifelong New Yorkers, we started our search in the tri-state area in order to stay close to family and friends. We quickly realized we had to widen our search. We could not find a local school whose tuition didn't rival what we paid for our own college education. We read about the Hill Center in Durham and learned that there was a similar school in Wilmington. We had gone to a wedding, a beach wedding, in Wilmington a few years ago and thought it was heaven on earth. We always dreamed that one day we could retire and move to Wilmington, but it looked like the universe had plans to get us here sooner. We applied to the Hill School, and in May of last year, we decided to travel to Wilmington for vacation to tour the school. While we were in Wilmington, our friend's parents set us up with a realtor. We figured if we were possibly moving to Wilmington, we would probably need a place to live. The three of us got into the car, and our friendly realtor, Mr. Vance Young, started chatting with us about, hey, why were you guys moving from New York? We told him about Annie's diagnosis and how we were interested in coming to the Hill School. Well, little did we know that his wife Porter had helped found the Hill School. It seemed like a sign that we were in the right place. After touring the school, we had such hope that this is the answer to our prayers. We found out that Annie was accepted into the Hill School around July 4th weekend, and 5 weeks later, we were traveling south on I-95, trying to beat our moving truck to our new home in Wilmington, 600 miles away from New York. The first day of second grade had arrived, and Annie was incredibly anxious and unsure. My husband had to pick her up from behind the couch and physically put her in the back seat of our car that first morning. I held her hand the whole ride to school. She did not want to go in. She was refusing to go in. She was terrified. I walked her in and she put on a braided face as she entered the classroom. And my husband and I felt ill that morning as we drove away from school. We anxiously awaited to see how her day would go. After her first day at Hill, Annie explained that she was in the right place and everyone understood her. Like, oh my goodness, that went really quickly. After her second day, Annie came home and said thoughtfully, at first, I was sad, Mom, looking around at my new friends, knowing they all struggled like I did, and went through what I went through to be at the Hill School. But I'm also happy to know that I'm not alone. My husband and I truly would have gone anywhere or done anything to get Annie the education she needed. Our Annie felt broken, and we truly felt like we were in crisis when we started the Hill School last year. We honestly didn't even care if she learned to read or write. Our goals for her second grade year were to love herself, love school, and learning again, and have her anxiety eased. Annie's second grade year at the Hill School was filled with healing. The teachers, staff, and administration at the Hill School loved my Annie, encouraged nurture my Annie and challenge my Annie every single day. It brought Annie great comfort to have people in her life that knew her challenges and strengths intimately and loved and accepted her just as she is. Annie knew in first grade that she was having difficulties with learning, that it was so hard. I truly believe that people thought they were helping her when they told her, "No, Annie, everything is okay, you are fine. Here are all the reasons why we're fine." One day, her first grade teacher came out and said, "Annie, you taught the class Pig Latin today." And I was like, is that a scientific method for proving she doesn't have dyslexia? I don't understand. We didn't get the neuroscience report yet. And so they would tell her, here are all the reasons why you're fine. But that just made Annie more anxious and unsure of the world around her. She felt far from fine. Being at the Hill School made a huge difference for her because teachers, administrators, staff, and fellow students said, "Hey, we know you have dyslexia. Everyone here has a learning difference, and we are all in this together." All of a sudden, with this new understanding and support, Annie truly started to feel fine. Then we watched as Annie started to thrive. Thanks to the Hill School, our second grade goals were met. Annie's confidence was back and her self-esteem soared. She loved school and learning again, and her anxiety lessened. Not only that, but her reading and writing significantly improved in ways I wasn't sure was even possible when we got her initial diagnosis. My husband and I joked that we both would have had such a better time in school if Ms. Whitley had taught us writing when we were in second grade. Also, Annie's favorite subject at the end of second grade was math. Math. She went from saying, "I hate math," to "I love math." About a month ago, my excited Annie went skipping into third grade at the Hill School with determination, joy, and a love of learning. I hadn't been this emotional about a new school year since that first time I dropped her off at preschool. I couldn't believe how far we had come in just a year. I shed tears of gratitude because my Annie had hope again. The Hill School gave my Annie hope. We feel very privileged to be spending another year at the Hill School. The Hill School has given my Annie the gift of learning, and it is a gift I know that Annie does not take for granted. There is a second grade student from Annie's base school who is new to the Hill School this year. The first week of school, Annie said, "Mom, I asked her who her teachers are. Guess what? She has the same exact teachers that I had last year. I'm so happy because I know she's going to be okay." When faced with hardship, if we are given the support we need, we have the ability to grow in beautiful ways. Our brokenness is replaced with resilience, acceptance, and peace. The Hill School, filled with love and excellence, is not only a school that supports children with learning differences, but is a place of growth and healing where all children can thrive.